My name is Obadiah King, and I've been asked to be the train conductor. 10 years ago, exactly May 31st, 2013, I wrote a column about Samaritan Ministry and the miracle it performs in helping people make lasting changes in their lives. For my troubles, Samaritan Ministry may be the master of ceremonies for its fundraising breakfast. I note that it's been 10 years since I performed this honored task. 10 years. Tell me, David, did I say something wrong? You've heard the old saying, love your neighbor, yet pull not down your hedge. Well, there are no hedges between Samaritan Ministry and the King household. Samaritan Ministry Executive Director David Wolf is like our doorbell. He's a fixture outside that door all the time. Since 2012, David has presided over Samaritan Ministry's vision, extending its programs to the greater Washington area with a dedication and a doggedness that would make St. Paul proud.
Thanks for that generous introduction, Colby. We're delighted to have you back as our MC a second time, 10 years after the first. And I want you to join me in acknowledging Gwen and Colby, Gwen King, his wife, who together have been our very own mission evangelists and participant advocates for over a decade. So thank you, Colby, and thank you, Gwen. It's right over there. Please, whether you're watching virtually or if you're listening here in person for the first time, to learn who we are and what we do, because we love learners. We love people committed to learning, growing, and changing. People who know what it means to be stuck in life, to struggle, to find sustainable and meaningful employment perhaps, or an affordable home, or just a way forward after decades of incarceration. People who, as in the Good Samaritan story, are stuck in life's ditch and need not a patronizing handout, but an empowering hand up. Now please welcome to the stage Tyrone King, our Next Step participant.
Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Good morning. It's spring. Technically it's spring. Might not feel like it, but it's good to know it's here. Yeah, so I'm glad to be here this morning. I once knew a guy, he did about 30 years in prison. And when he got home, he went to a department store and he picked up a brick and he threw it right through the window. And he sat right there and waited for the police to arrive. And when the cops came, they asked him, they said, "Why did you do this?" And he looked at him and said, I don't know anything about this world out here. Nothing makes sense. Take me back to prison where things make sense. And it was heartbreaking, because I knew the guy pretty good, and I can really relate to what he was feeling at that time. After doing 28 straight years behind prison walls, I had a lot of those feelings inside as well. So I totally understand where he was coming from. But during those 28 years behind penitentiary and prison walls, it was God's grace that kept me, and it was only God's grace. It was hard, but it was a new world, and it was difficult, But now, thanks to all the support that I have from Samaritan Ministry and the great people in my life, God has blessed my life. I have a great job now, making a living wage, great benefits, 401k, dental, vision, and all those kind of things. Things that I dreamed about when I was a young man, Yeah. Thanks be to God. God's grace, y'all. God's grace.
Good morning. My name is Nancy Calvert. I'm honored and humbled to have been invited here to share my story with you. I feel blessed to have had so many amazing experiences during my 31-and-a-half-year career. After I retired in 2019, I began volunteering at several ministries supported by our church, St. Albans Episcopal in Annandale, one of the founding members of Samaritan Ministry. And I knew that volunteering would allow me to give back to the community and to honor the many people that have helped me along the way. As a volunteer front office coordinator at the Nova office, I greet participants and I chat with them while they're waiting to speak with a caseworker. During the last 2 years, several interactions with participants have been very meaningful to me, and I'd like to share a couple with you. Last year, a young woman came in who was in a domestic violence situation. I sat with Nevaeh on the porch while Jane Bishop, our lead caseworker, called the police. While we waited for the police to arrive, I chatted with Nevaeh, got her some clothes and food that she could take with her, and she knew that she deserved to be more than a punching bag, and she took that first step to a better life. I was glad that I could be there and let her know that she was not alone. I found that sharing parts of my journey with participants at Samaritan Ministry is both restorative for me and provides an opportunity to let them know that they are not alone on their journey and there is hope for a brighter future. I believe there's a light that shines in each of us, and I thank God for the people that have helped me and help continue to keep mine lit through their love, compassion, and understanding. Thank you and God bless.
My own job focuses in countries like Uganda and Bangladesh. And those of us fighting global hunger always have to answer the question, what about our city here? And my financial support of Samaritan is my answer to that question. It connects me to my city and to the people that you've heard here today. Samaritan is based on the same principles as in my global work, principles which are central to my faith: to strive for justice and peace among all people, and to respect the dignity of every person.
I love Samaritan Ministry because transformation is the essence of its mission. For me, transformation is different than change. It's seeing the world with new eyes and a new perspective. At Samaritan, transformation is not limited to the participants. Transformation is available to each one of us as we recognize ourselves in the people we come into contact with at Samaritan. When I hear testimonies like Tyrone's and Nancy's, and hear David express the mission of Samaritan Ministry with such personal conviction, I experience my own humanity through their words, their experience, and their own transformation. I believe that making a significant financial gift is also a route to transformation. We often speak about giving our time, talent, and treasure. When I look back on the 9 years of being almost a full-time volunteer with Samaritan, I know that I gave my very best in time and talent, and I'm proud and grateful that I had a chance to do that in partnership with many of you.
Let's give it up for our fabulous MC, Colby King. Thank you all for coming, and God bless you.